Hi, it's Deborah Roth here at Spirited Musings, back after a little summer break for a couple weeks. And I want to share with you this week a little preview, actually, of an ancient Earth Holy Day that occurs next week, next Friday on August 2nd. It's called Lammas, Lammas. It was celebrated in really all over the world, but particularly in the Northern European Celtic Saxon lands, and it honored it was called Loaf Mass by celebrating the harvest. That's where the loaf came from, by the Celts, and it's celebrated in honor of Mother Earth's son, who was named Luge. Another name for it was Luge Nasa. And what relevance this has for us today, I think, is really wonderful, really as all of the points on the wheel of the year do, what I call the wheel of the year, or many people call the seasonal wheel of the year, which is grounded by the two equinoxes and the two solstices, and then in between, there's actually 8 points in between the equinoxes and the solstices, or what we call cross-quarter days. And they fall 6 weeks in between each of the equinoxes and solstices. And we have modern-day counterparts for 3 of the 4 of them. We have Groundhog's Day, which falls between the winter solstice and the spring equinox, and May Day, between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. And then Lammas, which we really don't have a counterpart for nowadays. And then Halloween falls between the fall equinox and the winter solstice. And what Lammas is about, and why I love it in particular, I mean, any holiday that happens during the summer has got to be lush and full and life-giving, right? Is that it reminds us to pay attention to the areas of our lives, to the people, to the projects that we give birth to. You don't have to be a biological mother in order to honor your nurturing, creative, life-giving essence. We all have that capacity to do that. Is there someone that you've mentored? Is there a book or a business that you're trying to get off the ground? Lammas reminds us, in the fullness of summer, it was the harvest of the first grains, barley being one of them. Corn is another great summer harvest vegetable. It reminds us to pay attention to the first seeds, to the first harvest, and there will be other ones that come throughout the fall. We have apples, we have pumpkins, they're yet to come. But in the summer, we're celebrating the first harvest. So I invite you to think about what in your life, what gifts and talents have you brought to bear to nurture something to life? And then take that, and I've suggested this before, I think we may have talked about it last year, take a symbol of the harvest that surrounds you. An ear of corn, still in the husk, is a great one. And you can actually use the husk, pull out a husk, and write on it what your intention is for this first harvest of your project, or helping this person. It could be your own child, it could be a woman or a young man that you're mentoring, whatever it is. And think about how you have midwifed that person or project to life. And use Lammas next Friday, August 2nd, to celebrate that. And it's if you've been stuck in labor, I mean, I think the Lammas energy is about honoring the birth-giving process. And boy, I remember years ago when I was working on my master's thesis, and there was definitely something that felt like a labor of love, just as, well, differently, certainly, but parallel to the actual giving labor, going through labor, giving at birth to a child. So I want to read to you a beautiful piece, if I can find it, from a wonderful book called Circle Round, that'll give you the essence of this. Now the fruit hangs on the trees, the grapes tremble on their vines, the grasses bend with their seeds. We watch and wait with our hopes for a harvest of plenty. We fear that they will be destroyed by storms, frost, or pests. Bless those who work with the earth to feed us, and bless their harvests. We who are not farmers, most of us, also have our hopes for a harvest of plenty. We each have worked hard to create what we want. We pray that we can reap what we have tended. We fear failure, obstacles, losing what we treasure. In our hands we hold our hopes and our fears. We are in your hands, dear Mother Earth. Help us to hold to our hopes during the hard times, the storms we face in our lives. Let our hopes stay whole. Bless our efforts and let them come to full fruit. What hopes and dreams and intentions and projects and people do you want to nurture to full fruit? I'd love to hear your stories. Enjoy Lammas.